Not only am I blind, everything is red and green.
Hey guys.
And we're live. Tom was just telling us he can't see a thing. Welcome to Danielle and I show, Skeleton Key Comics channel. Thank you for watching. We've got Nerdy Girl here, and we have our two handsome guests, Tony, who also happens to live here and is the better half of Skeleton Key, and Comic
The one we don't see that often.
What's cooking? I can't see.
This guy needs no introduction. We all know who he is.
I will be doing this blind.
Coming in hot.
So tonight we're going to be sharing our personal grails and then going into a Q&A AMA from the community. But first, Tom, I want to know, what's up with the glasses? They're awesome. Where are they from?
Okay. Can I ask something? Because there's something I want to know.
Uh-huh.
I want to get personal today, guys. Danielle, Tony, Sammy. You said we're going to talk about our personal collections. I want you guys to look in deep in your soul and share things that you've never shared before. All right.
It's like one of those never have I ever moments.
I want life-changing comics to be discussed. I was told that this would be something emotional, something that may change society. But as far as the glasses go, I just am a big fan of Metropolitan.
The glasses have changed you.
He got so deep, it's like poetic.
I mean, I just want to have some clarity today. I really appreciate you guys being here. And I just think that if we really focus in on the comics, they will speak to us. They will reveal themselves to us with the pages opening up. And we can dive inside together as a community.
If you will it, they will come.
Exactly. You get it.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Well, fam, let's do this.
Let's do this. Tom, let's start with you. What's your grail?
My grail? Oh, I have a fun one today. This is something I haven't shown on the mic yet. So this one is Harley Quinn #1, the Mono variant. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But she did this really cool Harley Quinn. Look at this.
I have that in pink.
So here's the thing. I can't see anything. So you got to tell me if I need to move it around or anything.
No, you're
Slide
good.
it down a little so you can see that's a dope cover.
Can you see the reflection? Is there a reflection?
No, it's great. It looks great.
I don't want you to see what's on the other end of this table. That's a surprise.
All right.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So here's the thing. This is what's cool about the book, though. This comic came out the first month last year when DC dropped Diamond. And basically this is what happened, though. This is why this book is so awesome. So DC dropped Diamond. Diamond's like, oh, snap.
Because it's trash.
No good. What are we going to do? Hopefully Marvel doesn't leave. Uh-oh. But here's the thing with this. Diamond and Lunar, although they are providing similar services, Lunar doesn't distribute international. Uh-oh. People want comics internationally. Other countries like Europe, Canada, South America, Australia, the list goes on where people want comic books. And in order for DC to send this comic out, they had to hitch a ride with Diamond. So the first month that DC left Diamond still did the distribution and sent them overseas. But here's where it gets exciting. Diamond did a 1 per store variant, right? It was a thank you to the retailers for their support. Back the comeback is what they said. And then Lunar took DC. But put that aside because they still had to get this comic overseas. So what they did is they put Diamond on the back of the comic that was a Lunar comic the first month that they left. So what you have only in other countries is this book that came out with the Diamond information on the back that said thank you and support, hard times, stick with us, at a time where DC was no more at Diamond. So that's why this book exists. I had to buy this internationally. It was shipped terribly. It had a kink in it. I didn't complain too much. It came back a 9.2, and I just got this back. So it gives you a little bit of an idea of how long it's taken to get stuff at CGC out. I got buried in there.
He's coming with the guns
That's
today.
really cool.
Right?
It's pretty cool, right? Because like it's just like a one of a kind, you know? Well, it's not one of a kind. There's more than one copy that exists. But you have to get it overseas.
But they're probably mostly in Europe, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you look this up on this in the States here on eBay, the electronic bay, you can get copies of this, but it'll say lunar on the back because you know.
Yeah.
But it says
That's
this one's
really cool.
previews exclusive, and previews is indeed diamond.
That's dope.
Cool.
That's
Bless
a
you.
cool share. Thank you for sharing that with us, Tom.
You guys,
That
you're
is.
welcome.
All right, girl.
I did,
What
it
you
for,
got?
I did it for all of you.
Did it for the fam?
Well, no, just for you three. This was a special one.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks, Tom.
All right. You want
Yeah.
me to go?
For Sammy, for Tony, for Sammy, for Danielle, for Skeleton Key, Nerdy Girl Comics, for Nerdy Girl Comics and Skeleton Key. Get them for you guys. That's why.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Comic Tom. You're the best.
Why are you calling me Comic Tom? That's kind of weird, but it's okay. Good.
You called me Nerdy Girl.
Shaylin, I'm live.
Okay.
Live
You
on
want me to go next?
Guys, please go.
Yes.
Chat. Right back, chat.
Okay.
girl.
We all know what my favorite book is. If we go back to the Golden Age, easily Captain America 1 from 1941.
Are you kidding me?
Knocking Hitler out before we formally went in to fight the Nazis. So it was like this precursor to, hey guys, we're about to whoop on the Nazis and come for them. And yeah, this is the copy I've chosen to keep because for the grade, presents really nicely. And now they're so expensive, so I can't upgrade anymore. So there's mine. My story is not as fun as Tom's. This is just my favorite book because it's historically important. And Cap is freaking a beast.
Oh my gosh.
How
I
can-
love that book so much.
Jack Kirby. Jack King Kirby goodness.
How can you tell it's real?
It's
What?
authenticated.
No, but I mean, like, if you're buying one, how do you know?
Oh.
You know? How do you really know?
First, the paper. Second, like the size, because they did reprint Captain America, but this. Why are you putting me on the spot with these tough questions?
Oh, I'm just wanting to learn.
So
I'm just messing with you. I love you so much. I love that you.
Brandon was eating poo for a second.
You know, that's my growl.
So-
That's what I'm after.
But the Golden Age books are sized differently, and were reprints of all of these issues. So pay attention to the size because that's a huge tell on the reprints of the big keys. Fun
How long
fact.
did it take you for you to learn the speed counting to check the pages? That's something that I always admired.
Oh,
Like you and Jeff and your Golden Age specialists.
I'm like a semi-speed counter. I still get really nervous flipping through pages. So if it's like not a super expensive book, I'm a little more liberal with how quickly I'll flip through. But if I'm flipping through like an action one, I'm like going through and like I am not manhandling that.
So delicate. That's awesome. All right, Tony. What you got?
My grail, which I just got this year, is Albedo #2. First appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. Let me pull that back. Let me find. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Found the right
There we
angle.
go.
Ooh.
Here we go. So I grew up obviously watching Ninja Turtles. Usagi quickly became my favorite character on there. And then later in life, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get the omnibuses of the Turtles. And then I fell back in love with Usagi. And, I was like, okay, since I'm getting back into comics, let me find his first appearance. And I was like, holy crap, this thing's like super expensive. It's like $2,000, And so I picked it up. It was a little bit over fair market value at the time. And I was like, oh, I was super excited. I went and bought all like the trade paperbacks of his storyline, his first storylines and stuff like that. So I could learn more about the character. And I absolutely fell in love with the character. He was everything you wanted him to be, as a character, he was like Leonardo, but more confident, despite he didn't have a splinter, obviously, because his master dies pretty early on. So he's out there just by himself. He's just super confident and like really cool. So that's why I liked him.
That's dope.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Well, I'm excited to see what Sammy is bringing because apparently I missed the memo. I should have brought a better book. This one's cool, but it's not that cool.
We
You
like what we like.
guys got some dope comics, man. I gotta give me Albedo, Cap 1. What would a Cap 1 combined with an Albedo be? Captain Beto. Anyways, keep going.
It'll be Cabito.
Cabito.
Captain Bunny.
Well, Captain America's a character, right? And Albedo's not the character. So you'd have to go with the character name.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, touche.
Oh, Captain Bunny Ear.
Damn it.
Captain Easter.
Captain Bunny here.
Captain Easter.
Bunny America.
Captain Yojimbo. Captain Jimbo.
Yojimbo means bodyguard.
It's Usagi then, right?
Yeah, it's Miyamoto Usagi. Is his name.
Miyamoto. That's it. So it's Captain Miyamoto. That doesn't sound as cool as Captain Usagi.
It doesn't.
We may have to resume this part of the
Captain
conversation.
Bunny.
We got to figure this out. Maybe the comic room can help us in the chat.
What should we merge them into?
Exactly.
Here it is. Ah, cute angel sounds. It's giant size X-Men 1. Sorry, babe. Boom.
Hell yeah.
Move over.
Tony got me this for Christmas. This is my grail. So giant size X-Men 1, a gorgeous 4-0. And the first appearance of Storm. And she's everything. I love her so much. Ever since the X-Men shows on the kid. Huh?
Who's your second favorite though?
My second favorite X-Men?
Yeah, if Storm wasn't on there, in this book was equally loved. What would be the next character on there that you're like, yeah, Nightcrawler or something?
Honestly, I don't feel like Colossus gets enough love. I
True.
really don't.
Yeah.
He's really cool, isn't
Yeah. I don't think Colossus gets enough love. So I'd say him. I'd say Colossus.
What about you guys?
he? Man, I wasn't expecting that. Damn.
Colossus has like 3 friends. Nobody likes Colossus.
Why?
He's just the strong guy. He doesn't do anything. He's got like no depth to
The
him.
strong guy is really important.
No.
It is.
Nightcrawler all day.
Yeah,
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is pretty dope.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nightcrawler is pretty dope. And Wolverine's a baddie. Nightcrawler is pretty dope, though.
Do I have all the questions?
Wolverine's like the bad boy of comics.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
He's the bad boy.
In all the best ways.
Are you guys ready for the bowl?
He's really hairy.
So on Instagram, we had everyone put in their questions in the story, and here they are. Are you guys ready?
No.
Well,
ready.
we're doing it.
I'm so ready.
Oh, we got
Totally ready.
Jean Grey. Holla. Beast is dope.
Yeah.
All right. I sealed the questions so good. I can't even open them. All right. The bowl. Dun, dun, dun. All right. This is a hot one. All right. As content creators, what would you want to do differently but fear you can't? Danielle, we'll start with you.
Oh.
So, as content creators, what would you want to do different but fear you can't?
That's a great question.
You know
That
what?
is such a good question.
While you're
Ooh.
thinking about it, here's what I would do, but I
Okay.
definitely can't be petty. Put people on blast for being mean.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good.
So
Rant.
true. Yeah.
But positive vibes. People don't need all that on their plate. But that I could take a petty day where I could just rant all day live and put people on blast for being mean.
I would wish for better time, I guess more hours in a day to respond to people more, because I feel like I don't get to respond to people
Specifically.
enough that leave comments and want to chat. And sometimes like I don't even get to open up my messages until the end of the day, and there's like 30 messages I have to go through, and I'm like, I just worked all day. I'm so tired. I don't have time to go through all these messages. So I would wish for more hours in a day, or for the ability to Instagram to undo messages when you get tagged in a photo.
Yeah, that would be helpful for sure. No,
I would love to have a
definitely
petty
agree with
day
that.
though. You know,
All of
I love to be petty
Mhm.
when I need to.
What about you, Tony?
I think for me, I'm super trusting, and I know that I can't trust everybody on the internet, even though I want to. And that's really what I would want to do if I could do things differently. And, but you got to fear it. You got to fear that someone's going to try to take advantage of you, or somebody's doing it for a particular reason, or even if it's not even meant to, it's just like you have to be very protective of not only yourself and your wife or your brand or anything like that. You got to do all that and keep it all in mind while you're doing everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Tom.
Ooh, you're up.
I think something that comes to, it's just like the first thing that comes to mind. There's a lot of awesome video ideas that I have, but I have a realistic look at how much time and like my ability to do something that it's like, I would love to dive deep into something.
XYZ.
It doesn't matter. Like something non-comic book related. Cause I enjoy it, horror movies or something like that. But I know that it wouldn't land. And I know that it would be too difficult and maybe out of my expertise. So although I want to do something, I am unable to. And as someone trying to create and is doing it all the time, it's not like a regret or something, but it's like, I would like to do that, but I can't. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. All of it. Hey, Rage, shout out.
Rage, yeah.
What?
All right.
Oh, Rage Theo.
Hey,
he said, give me those glasses.
I'll go the X's.
Rage has
right.
really nice hair.
See you, Michael.
Next one.
Bye. Thanks for hanging.
Are you ready?
Thanks for swinging on by.
If you had $1,000, would you buy a Marvel key, a DC key, or a key video game? Tom, we'll start with you.
I'd be buying $1,000 right here, right now. First thing that comes to mind, Darth Vader 3, Dr. Aphra, 9A baby. That's what I would say.
Nice.
Ooh.
What about you?
That's Marvel. Marvel, 9A.
Marvel.
That was me calling the Tony. I wasn't calling you, baby. I was telling the person who asked the question.
No, it's okay. We have our
I forget because we're live, but like when we're on the phone, so it's just kind of goes out.
You can call me anything you want, Tom.
I see like Suicide Squad 2.
Oh, I just saw it. Tony
yeah,
fell asleep. Tony fell
Did
asleep.
I fall asleep?
You did.
Oh.
Like halfway
Did you
through.
see like the flowers? Like when Harley Quinn fights, there's flowers when they're like moving.
Oh, yes.
Flowers everywhere. I feel like when I'm talking to Tony, I just got flowers pouring out of my mouth. You know what I mean? But it's sexy and beautiful.
Hey, Legion. Oh, my goodness.
For me, there's just not that many DC keys I'd want that are about $1,000. I know I'd want like maybe the first Harley Quinn that kind of falls in that ish range. But other than that, it's got to be Marvel, or if it was like a free $1,000, I might have Nerdy Girl take me to a video game store and find a video game, like my first one that's worth something.
Hell yeah.
That'd
You
be
get a
fun.
Mario 3
Yeah.
for under
That's
$3,000.
with the tail.
Yeah.
It's a
Raccoon.
raccoon tail.
Yeah. That's my
Yeah, I
jam.
love that.
That
Game.
tail is
You got to do
fun.
the thing where you crunch down like this. Let me show you how you do it so you get it. Like this. And then you go through the table, and then you run to the end, and then you beat the level. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do know what you're talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about.
I don't recall it, but I think I remember it.
The flute.
Yeah,
Not
and then you, yeah.
No La La Song happened.
But if you fly each time you go through the final, when you get to the end,
yeah, you go through the
usually
back.
hit. Yeah.
The back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God,
I
great.
think my favorite suit
That's my
was
jam.
the frog suit. I love the stupid frog suit.
I don't like the frog suit. I like being the raccoon.
Man, that's good times.
All right. Sam, what are you choosing?
Well, I don't know enough about video games to confidently like spend $1,000. I do like what DB said on the Catwoman and Lois Lane. I have the first Catwoman in Silver Age. That was a super exciting, wild find that I found, like hella cheap in the boxes.
That's awesome.
But I would say Marvel. That's my space. That's my confidence space. I would say Marvel, or honestly, like maybe like a 9/8 Saga 1 isn't quite $1,000 yet, and it's not. It's indie, but yeah, I would go Marvel or a Saga 1.
All right.
And
I'm taking First Supergirl in low grade because I think that is still a super undervalued book. Or I'm taking a probably mid-grade Mario 3 if I can find one in like 6.0. Or I'm taking a Surfer 1.
ooh, Surfer. You know, I believe in him.
You want that 50? You want that brown cover?
I don't really like that cover.
I thought you liked it when Johnny Storm goes to college.
What'd you say?
When Johnny Storm goes to college? I swear you said that was your favorite one.
A Fantastic 450?
Yeah. You know Johnny Storm, he goes to college on that cover too. You got Silver Surfer, Johnny Storm goes to college, he gets his degrees.
Are you messing with me again?
No, I'm never messing with you. This is all we're like real life. You know? Johnny Storm goes to college.
Yeah, that's my third favorite. No, that was my third favorite. You must have got it confused. Yeah.
I must have got it confused.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Fantastic 450 is a dope cover of
It is a dope cover,
Surfer,
but it's not like I'm taking Surfer 1.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a good cover.
Yeah.
Surfer 1's gone up a lot. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thick
I
book.
think that still goes.
Oh yeah. It's gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I missed out on a Hulk 181 this week.
Oh, sad.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was under market too. I just was, the slinky, you go back and forth. Well, in this case,
I know.
you bought it and said, nope, it's mine. And then they call the shop and they brag about it. They're like, oh, tell Tom I got the Hulk 181. I know. I
know. I was going to buy it.
I was going there. Congrats.
It was on my way.
Okay.
Oh, she said track and field.
That's so funny. Okay. Tony, you're up first.
Me.
Best current comic you're reading now.
Can you hand that to me?
Oh, sure. Am I your assistant?
Yes. Thank you, lovely lady.
Thank you, Vanna.
So we have friends at Stranger Comics. This is Untamed #1. This is their first comic they put out. And so I'm currently reading like the full storyline from beginning to end. So that's what I'm currently reading is Stranger Comics full storyline.
Yeah. It is so good.
Yeah.
Like
so Tony definitely stole my answer. Sam and I were talking about it before.
It doesn't even have to be stolen, girl. It's good. It's good. Is that what you're reading? You
know what? It's funny. This is The Hand of the Devil, and the writer didn't even see that shit, and he wrote it.
That's awesome.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's
quote.
Awesome.
Shout out to Sebastian.
Yeah, shout out Sebastian.
He's a
brilliant writer.
Huh?
Like his stories are brilliant.
Did Zoo do a cover for that run?
Yeah.
I've seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah. Oh, you have one?
Yeah, I have one.
I regret not getting that comic at the show we went to.
It is gorgeous. All right, Danielle.
All right, Tom, what are you reading?
It changes what my favorite thing is almost by the week because I get excited. I mean, Thor has been so damn good, but crossover has just like gone to a new level for me. I don't know. Everyone needs to read crossover. Sir Kate's just bringing me right back in to a run that I was enjoying before, but now it's like it's game changer. Do you guys know what happened in crossover? Are you guys familiar with what's going on right now?
Tony started reading it, and we stopped picking them up.
What's that?
Crossover.
Oh yeah.
Tom said it like totally took a turn.
Like in a good way?
Can I tell you? Can I spoil something that should get everybody who's watching the stream to read this book? Is that okay?
All right, well, hold on. Give everyone a spoiler alert and then
All right,
30 seconds.
spoiler
yeah.
alert. Spoiler
All right.
alert.
Alert. Is that
we
okay?
wait for 30 seconds?
All right, because the book is
Please
out,
do.
so this is safe. This is going on the internet. Donnie Cates is
Oh,
posting about it.
stunning.
So crossover
Right.
is about the comic world that we know in
Tom
our,
can't see it.
Earth. Oh, hold on. That's the one. God.
Yeah, it's stunning, right? That is just gorgeous.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Gorgeous.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Zeus so talented, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
she is.
So crossover in the premise, in a nutshell, I won't give away too much, but the main thing is that the history of comics has like collided with our world. So anything that's been written in a comic has now come out of the comic and is living amongst us with ramifications and like, but the world is having to accommodate now anything that's been written and drawn in comic books, they're now brought to life. That includes Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, every character, including every artist or writer who's ever been drawn into a comic themselves.
Oh,
There is a
wow.
doppelganger that exists of that person too. So with that said, all of the villains exist now. All of the people like the henchmen, all the people that would be mad at a creator for writing a story where they would meet their demise or a challenge. So that creates a world where one, comics are essentially like looked at as bad again. Like Wortham is right is on the shirts of many, at least one of the characters in the book, because we've like digressed again. Because there's like, hey, we don't like comics. Look at how bad it is amongst our society. So Donny Cates has just brought us back in time essentially by taking us to a dystopian future of comics. It's amazing. So in this world, crossover, where all this is happening, a lot of narratives take place. Characters are coming in and out of this series, crossing over in a way where Donnie won't get sued, like Image won't get sued because they can, like, you can't just put Batman in a comic, but you can like allude that Batman's in the comic. So that's the kind of stuff he does. And there is something taking on comic creators. Issue 2 literally starts with a news alert that says Brian Michael Bendis is dead. We do not know where Robert Kirkman is. He's been gone for a really long time. And the news is reporting this because someone's taken out creators, because this is a world where creators are in danger now. This is a comic book, by the way. Like this, it's super meta. Amazing. But who is killing everyone? Who is the person responsible? And you find out in issue 11. And hot damn, you find out a major reveal that is just industry shaking. Do you want me to reveal who it is?
Yeah.
It's freaking Negan from The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. That will make me go read the book because Negan is probably my favorite villain in current modern day.
Dang.
Okay.
Just the GOAT.
Doesn't disappoint. So Robert Kirkman and rest of team is like working on the next round of stories because Negan is the person, he's got Lucille and he be killing people. Beautiful.
Dang.
Dang.
Nothing
All
better.
right, I'm going to read it. Crossover.
Amazing.
I need to pick that back up.
All right. Spoiler
All right.
is over now.
All right, spoiler alert's over.
I'll ask you.
Spoilers over. You're good. You're good.
All
I was
right,
gonna say
reaching the wall.
Saga. I just picked up the new Saga. I'm super excited to continue it. So, Saga all the way for me.
Was there a moment where you're like, I want to wait a year or 2 years to read this one issue? Like I want to delay it a little bit more for yourself. I've been thinking about doing that. I haven't read it yet.
So you can enjoy it more. You don't have to wait for the next one.
I think maybe Fiona and Brian were like onto something about making us wait a couple years. I'm liking it more by not reading it. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm so excited
I'm
to read
gonna read it. I'm not waiting any longer. It's already been long enough.
It's
I've
like
waited long
comics
enough.
ever drawn.
All right.
What else you got?
Ooh, we got a long one.
Ooh.
All right. What is most important to you? Having a Grail book or the value of the Grail book? Danielle, the owner of everyone in the world's Grail, literally, we'll start with you.
Having the Grail. For sure, having the Grail. Yeah. especially on the Golden Age books, because you can't replace them anymore. Like we were just just having this conversation, you know, some of these books used to show up 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year, very consistently for probably a decade. Now, in most cases, we're lucky to get a lot of these All American 16. It took 4. No, I sold the copy that I have now probably 10 years ago almost. It took a decade for me to get that copy back because they just don't come up for sale that often.
That's a really nice.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Good. I'm feeling jelly. That's 2 of my homies that got one of those in the last year. It's amazing.
Okay. So having the Grail for sure.
What about you, Tom?
Oh, having the Grail. Absolutely. It's nice when they're worth money. I'm not
for sure. It's a nice bonus.
But like Grails for me are ones that I'm not going to sell, or it's going to be like, it's going to take me a lot of convincing or something bigger.
I agree.
To go for, then put that towards. So a lot of the ones that I have where I'm like, oh, I'm nowhere near selling something like that. There's like a story behind it. There's some reason why I enjoy it so much. You know, all these books, a lot of these books I have are very special to me. So it doesn't necessarily matter if they're expensive, but I have expensive taste. So they end up being kind of expensive.
You
know? What about you, Tony?
For me, I would say it depends on the Grail. You know, everybody doesn't have just one Grail. Like I would love to get a Cap 1 in my hands or an AF-15, something absolutely incredible. The Albedo 2 that I have is like, so, you know, varies in value from like 20 to 25,000, right? That's where it's like roughly at. That's not life changing to me amount of money. Like it could pay like a really good bill. It could buy me a car, but it's not going to change my life.
Yeah.
But if I had the value of an AF-15 in my bank account, that would change my life. So I kind of depends on the Grail. If it was like hyper expensive like that, I would take it because it's going to change the quality of life for me and my family. Whereas something like Albedo would not change that. So I would keep those kind of ones.
Yeah,
I respect that.
I was going to say something similar because like I am definitely a collector, but I'm also a mom first before all things. So my thoughts too was like, I would love to have the Grail that also has great value because years down the road, whatever is happening in time with the boys or whatever, when they graduate, like what if they need that book to be able to have like a successful set off into life or, you know, for the family or something like that. Like, cause you never know. Cause we always say like our Grail, like our PC is untouchable, but at the same time, like with the
at
family,
some point, everything has a price. Like it gets to a point where you can't say no at a certain dollar value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure. But I feel like that, but to that point
family.
though, I feel like the needle is always moving on that also though, right? Because you're like, all right, I wouldn't sell it unless I get this. And then like the market goes to that point and you're like, well, I can't replace this. So I'll sell if it gets to this. And it's like this like ever moving needle. At least for me it is.
Yeah, that's how it's been for me too. I was actually one of the first things I was instructed to do when I got back into collecting. I think it was Russ that told me. He suggested that I limit what I consider personal collection. He's like, you don't look at your stuff that you own as things that you'll never sell. Because then what will happen is you will drown in your comics and you won't even get to them. They'll stay in your closet. You won't even be able to see them. You won't be enough time. Just don't shut down the idea that nothing can be sold. And if as soon as you flip that switch, you're like, you know what? Anything could sell. You'll get further. You'll get bigger things because you'll be open to it. If you shut it off, then you're just going to hoard, which is fine. Each their own. It's collecting. Everyone can do something different. But if you want to go after really big books and you don't want to like throw your entire paycheck to it, which I was always an advocate to not do that, then you got to be ready to just kind of move with the waves of the ocean, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Philip just popped a question in on that. It says, given that books are being sold more than ever, do you guys think there will be a Grail book from these newer titles? And what titles do you think they will be?
Well, I think that's already happening.
Yeah, for me, I think like if we're talking like modern style, I'm a huge believer in Miles. I love Miles Morales. The way our kid, like our youngest admires Miles. Like he's 5 playing Miles Morales Spider-Man on PlayStation. He was dressed up as Miles today, you know? So it's like one of those things where it's like seeing
That's gonna resonate.
I
Yeah.
literally beat the Rhino boss and then started this show with you today. I was playing my PlayStation. I was like having to jump on the back and run them into the tanks, and then then the tanks blow up. You have to Venom punch the.
That's the very beginning.
It says I'm like 40% way through, but I don't know.
Oh, you have to refight him?
In the new Spider-Man game? Yeah, but only first time I fought him as Miles. This is the new one.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a hard game, but it's fun. But yeah, Miles Morales, yeah. He's like my favorite Spider-Man now. He's so cool.
I love Miles. Yeah.
He's so cool.
What do you think, Danielle?
I agree. I think Miles. I think Spider-Gwen also.
That's what mine was going to be Spider-Gwen.
I think that some of the indie stuff is going to end up being really good long term. I think Something is Killing the Children has a good shot at being one of those books that people chase. If we're going like early 2000s, Walking Dead, one, even though the show is ending, like that's still such a huge part of pop culture now.
Still sells well. Like the 9/8 cooled a little bit, but then they kind of went strong.
They came back though.
They really did.
Yeah.
And since everyone here is Whatnot Wednesday crew, so that's freaking dope. Whatnot Comic Fam. I can't get into specifics, but what I will tell this group of wonderful people is that I saw our exclusive that we are going to be dropping with a good friend of ours, and it is out freaking standing. I just saw it like an hour ago. He video called me because he was so excited because he just got it from the printer, and he's like, Tom, you need to see this. You need to video chat me. And he's literally holding it. Oh, the foil. The foil is not something I was expecting, and it is excellent, and they're being shipped out there. Everyone needs to go follow every single one of our crew on Whatnot. Skeleton Key, Nerdy Girl Comics. We got Mill Geek. We got Comic Pops. We got Rage Theo. I'm over on there as well. I miss
Golden Age Guru.
Golden Age Guru, of course.
Guru.
We got some big stuff happening this month. You do not want to miss out.
I'm so excited.
And I only say that because you said Something is Killing the Children. It's not that, but it's kind of like that.
Dang. I'm excited to find out.
Yeah.
All right.
Here, I'm gonna text it to you right now. I want to see your reaction.
Text us. All right. Oh, this is a good one. Hey, Legion. So, comic bags. Do you prefer resealable or conventional?
Conventional.
What?
Same.
Yeah, they
Same,
so
Tom.
stupid papers. They stick everywhere.
What?
One of my comics almost died on a resealable bag.
Huh?
One of my comics almost died on a resealable bag because I left it open and I had it laid down and I sat a raw book on it.
Did you just
I
say
was lucky.
conventional? Like you're taping your bags?
Yes.
Every single one.
Bougie glass Tom.
Totally not.
Bougie glass.
Oh, snap.
This
Okay.
is a thing in
I
reverse.
just looked at my messages. That is insane.
Oh, you guys saw it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's insane.
After this nonsense you guys are saying.
What do you think? What do you like?
I think I prefer to buy a comic book in a resealable bag, but I don't like doing the resealable bags. So I do conventional.
because it's a pain, right?
Yeah, it's a pain. For like, because we do what? Like, I don't know, 50 comics a sale, right? Roughly, like total. So, I mean, those little things with the static electricity is stupid. It's so strong. Like, you could probably like electrify an entire city with just that
my
static.
dog.
Oh, okay, so I'm
Poor
gonna
Toby.
Can I give you guys some tips on resealables? I go through a lot.
Yeah,
what's up?
Two methods.
Tony is the king of tape.
All right. Two different techniques that takes practice. You need to focus. You need to be in a good mood. You need to be like throw on some lo-fi hip hop kind of thing. But when you get this down, it changes everything because you're using tape. I'm still stunned that you're both using tape. Okay, I digress. Let's bring it back.
They're right on my desk.
first thing is you need to get bags, preferably that have the sticker, like the sticky, not on the tab on the top, not on the flip. You want it on the back of the bag because
I
you're
still
I've
don't
only seen it on the back of the bag.
Yeah, I only see them on the back.
well, there's some that will put it on the very, very top, like if it was all open and then
Oh,
the strip is on
that's
the top.
weird.
That's a dangerous game.
That feels dangerous, right?
That's why I thought you said you got dangerous. So if it's on the back, you should be safe. So that's the first thing I would recommend. The second thing is they do have static electricity is a problem, right? So the first thing is you can't be putting the little scraps, the little pieces of plastic. You got to put those in something that's not plastic, because if you put it in plastic, it's not going to get off your hands and it's not going to go down the trash can. You put it in something like wood or a bucket or a hole or a pit, something like that, you know? We all live in the pit, you know? Like,
We don't.
Who has a
live
wooden
in the
trash
woods.
can?
you can make these things.
It's by the outhouse, obviously.
You can put it in.
Right. Let me go to my well in the backyard.
Go to your well. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So that's the first thing. There's the second tip now. You don't do it one at a time. You don't do individual comics. What you need to do is
Someone else just dropped that comment.
you do a stack of the comics.
That's what he said too.
So what you do is you grab it, you keep it in your, okay, are you right-handed or left-handed? Crew, please.
Right.
We're all right-handed people. All right. So this is
correct.
if you're a left-handed person, you got to do this in reverse. But if you're right-handed, it's going to work the way that I'm about to describe. You stack the comics on your lap. You get a nice stack of them. You keep them safe. Maybe wear some sweatpants, some cushion for those comics, you know? And then one by one, with your right hand and your fingers, you tear that off. You do that, and then you put the comic down. And then as you're flipping the comics, you know what's going to happen as you put those tabs down? They're gonna push with pressure. So you don't even have to you don't have to do this. You got to be gentle with it. You know, let it go. Put some shows on TV while you do it. You know, all right. And then what happens is as you go.
Let's see which is more time consuming.
This is the most important part, Danielle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the part that's going to blow your mind.
Wasn't ready. Sorry.
You don't drop them individually. You palm them with that hand, your good hand, your right hand in this case, but if you're left, it's the other, like I was telling you about. And you go through those 50 with them in your hand and you scrunch them up as you pull them off. What you're going to be left with is a ball of plastic that you can toss, like your Salt Bay.
You need to put a something on Instagram, like a little reel of you doing this, so I can see.
Mm-hmm.
This is industry secrets. This is what you got to hit the subscribe button. I'm not bringing this anywhere else. I'm coming to your channel to drop the knowledge, because this is stuff like back in the day, like pressing used to be. You got to keep it on the DL. You don't want to piss anybody off, the comic lords, you know? Anyway.
It is not as hard as Tom is describing. This is how I bag and board. Bag and board.
Right, so we got method 1, method 2 with the conventional.
I take the book, slide it in the bag, tap it down. That tape's closed. Push it down, give it a squeeze. Done.
I'm on board. I'm on board with that.
Now, where's your bomb sound?
Both methods work. I'm
gonna buy a pack of 100 and I'm gonna practice on them, and I'm gonna see if I can get on board with this method, and I'll check back. Hey, Daywalker.
Next convention we're together, we should have a contest, like a bag and board contest.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I am so in.
Let's go.
We get like a ASM 300. Winner gets the 300, and we have to bag and board a certain amount of comics, and then you have to remove them out and see how little damage you caused, and we film it live.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm in.
Winner gets the book. What do you think?
Done. Yep.
Good.
All right, it's done. That's a thing. It's gonna happen.
For collectors that Jeff's putting on.
All right.
What Tom doesn't know is that we work as a team on
yeah.
all things, so it's us two versus him.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. I have 4 arms.
No, it has to be
I
individual.
actually bag and board with my feet.
I bag and board with my feet. I'm gonna teach Toby how to bag and board.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I'm bringing Marissa for reinforcement.
What are other ways that we can complicate it? Elbows. I only use
Elbows.
elbows. It's because I'm working out fingerprints and toe prints.
No hands.
Oh my gosh.
You can only use your mouth.
Next.
I have a blue system.
All right, here's another one.
Can only use
Storing,
the mouth. That's funny.
storing raw books, flat or vertical?
He's still laughing at mouth.
Everything about your mouth. Like, hold on. Don't touch it. Oh man, flat or vertical. There's a lot of collectors who do it flat, which I always find surprising.
Raw books.
Yeah. Have you ever seen
I've
a
never heard of that.
collector flat? It's a beautiful thing. Can't see any book, but it's cool.
Yeah, I
Wait,
would
what?
say if the books are raw, I would lay them flat for sure. I wouldn't stand them up because over time they'll bend at one of the corners on the
But they're
bottom.
bagged and boarded.
Well, this is raw. The question
Oh,
is
raw.
Well,
Or
I thought
AW.
raw,
Or
like
a
not.
book.
Well, I thought that meant not slabbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just not slabbed.
Can we have
Oh.
clarification on that
Maybe.
question?
I'll
Is that
put
what that's
clarification
like?
on it. It's raw with no bag.
Yeah, raw means so it's just
Okay, then flat.
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 Yeah, flat. Has to be flat.
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
That's a weird question.
It's the only thing I would lay flat.
Put a comic book in a puddle. Do you? It's like, wait a minute.
Jump over it. You jump over it.
No. See, it was Legion's
It was
question.
Legion's question.
He said
Oh.
bag.
No.
He
He
said
said raw bagged
baged and boarded.
Okay, then upright in a box.
You can't do Legion dirty like that.
I love Legion.
I'm
Legion.
gonna call him out, right?
I take it back.
You're Legion. I'll pop it for you.
No, I want them on. No, you know what's actually a fun way to do it? You can put them vertical, but you can go like front to back, so the comics are facing each other.
I hate it.
I do it.
I hate
With
it.
the new
It's,
stuff.
it
Tony,
literally
me too.
it aggravates me.
Horrible. You gotta like flip back and forth to see what's no.
With the modern books, though, they have a fat spine. Some of them have a really fat spine and a thick cover. So
Yeah,
I
curving.
face them like a PB and J sandwich.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Tony. I'm with you.
you're making some
Cover.
goober jelly there. I like it. Comic book goober jelly.
All right, Tom. This one's for you specifically.
Oh, let's do it.
Would you consider living on the East Coast?
Oh no. Here's why I can say that and laugh at it. I have lived on the East Coast. I was born in Buffalo, New York. I live in the best place ever. Washington State.
Rochester is a little better. Oh, now you do.
Well, he didn't even have to think about that one.
You know what? When
I got family in Puerto Rico, Florida, New York, California, Minnesota. I've been all over the place. Washington. It smells good up
Really?
here. Yeah. You go to New York City,
was
you miss
nice.
it, and you walk down those streets and you're like,
glad I'm not here.
glad I don't live here.
It was
not-
stinky in New York.
But not that I don't. I mean, I love New York. I mean, I have a lot of family that was born there, but it's a lot of smelly things. It's okay.
I would never go back to New York either. My mom sent me a photo today. She has 18 inches of snow and it was
Right.
15 degrees. I'm good.
Gross.
Have you ever been trapped in your home because of snow? Because like
Yes.
that in
Yeah.
New-
100.
like just
I lived in Rochester in the Great Ice Storm in the 90s, and the snow was like 5 feet tall. We had to dig tunnels.
why choose? Why choose to do that?
All right. You guys ready for this next one?
All right.
All right. I'm going to start with Tony this time. You ready?
Ooh.
If you had a magic wand, what would you change about the current comic community?
Oh, this is pretty easy, I think. I would change this on most social media online is I want to see basically people's face and their real names. I want people to be accountable for what they say and what they do online. And that's pretty much the only way to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
So
don't.
military.
I don't think you could. I don't think people should
No,
have
I
like
agree.
ghost accounts. You know, where they're like fake accounts. They get to
Yeah.
do whatever they want and
Oh,
have
yeah, I
no
agree.
repercussions of their other account. You know what I mean? There's some
Yeah.
pretty big people out there with like these ghost accounts or
Oh, I
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think that's ridiculous. I think you should have the balls or the breast to go out there and tell it like it is. Tell it like how you feel,
Say
and
what
put
you say
everything on the
and
line.
mean-
Put your
yeah.
name and your everything out there.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sam, how about you?
Me? What would I change about the comic community? It's more of like waving a magic wand, same thing. I was gonna say it's more of a wish. Is like I feel like for a community that is
Don't make
just
mine.
I mean, it's a nerdy community. It's a vulnerable community as well. And I wish that people would love on each other more
Yes.
and not be so hurtful.
Yes.
And I would say that is like the biggest thing.
I agree.
Is that I just wish like people would love on each other and support each other and enjoy the hobby together instead of, you know, it is kind of like there's more good than not, but I just
Right, yeah,
wish
for sure.
that the
Crappy
the mean
people.
part
Yeah.
was not there.
Yeah, it's not a
Tom.
competition. I think is the big thing. It's
Yeah.
not a competition.
Right.
Yeah, Tom. Wave a magic wand. What would you change?
I would say, because like I guess the goal that I'm hearing all this is like, how would you make things better with one wish kind of situation?
No. What would you change? It could be for the worse.
You want to change it for the worst?
You could
No,
be
I'm just
Thanos
saying that you have
also.
the option.
You could be Thanos.
Go, Thanos snap. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
What's the benefit? And my thought goes to like, how do we benefit the community at large? So like, people being accountable means that there's less hate, which benefits the community at large. So I can see that. So I guess for me, I would think it's distribution. I would Thanos snap distribution. I think that there's a lot of complaints in the community. There's a lot of videos that get made, a lot of YouTube channels that literally rely on it, where it's like a rant. It's low-key lazy content is what it is when people complain about narratives of one of the 300 stories that came out in a given month. And that's not even counting independent creators, right? We're talking like multiple small businesses that are all working together, inker, writer, letterer, color flattener, cover artist, this whole team that makes something happen. And if something in that story is something that just like that doesn't vibe with someone for whatever reason, insert the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear someone complain about a story.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about one of hundreds and hundreds that came out. It's amazing that this even exists. We're talking about a dead medium. We're talking about printed paper here. It doesn't make sense. So that's not the problem. It's lazy content to complain about that and to say that that's why the industry isn't stronger. So making the industry stronger is what I want to focus on. And I think the fact that you can't even order your damn comic book like it's 2022. Like if you want something on order, you just click a button on your phone. If you want Batman, you got to go through one email and then you have to go through another email. You got to match up SKUs. Is there a B cover? I want that. And then I want this. Email the person. Did I get it? The guy has to figure it out. He's got to have or she has to have a whole platform to figure that out. Get the accounting done right. Get the orders in. Nothing's ever on time, let alone being shipped right. Like there's all these problems on just ordering the comic book. You just want Batman. Like that's the focus. That's what we got to all wish the Thanos snap got fixed. Not who is the next insert character,
Yeah.
Word.
Think about it a lot.
Boom.
There it is.
Mic drop.
What about you, girl?
I would say inclusivity. Like there are all of these opinions out there of how people should collect and what should be allowed and shouldn't be allowed and what makes you a collector, what doesn't make you a collector. And at the end of the day, everyone that comes into this space is coming in because they have the same love of or respect. Even if they don't love comic books, they respect the characters, the books, the issues, whatever it is. stop judging people for why and how they collect, and just be like, you know what? It's better. The more people that come in, the better it is for everyone, because you get to meet cool people, right? Like it's stop gatekeeping. I think that's what it is. Stop gatekeepers from deciding and attacking people for how they run their business or how they collect or whatever it is. Stop being gatekeepers. I would eliminate gatekeepers with my Thanos snap.
There we go.
Like that. I can't snap because my nails, but if I could, I would.
Girl, I wish I could snap. That means my nails would be done.
Suck my teeth, though. Sam taught me.
Oh, yeah. Do it. Do it.
It makes sense you're good at that because you know how to bag and board a comic book with your mouth. So you gotta have a lot of force.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. What other hobbies do you enjoy outside of collecting comics? I think it's fair to say, Danielle. Start with you.
Why? What's fair to say about me?
Look up behind you.
Yeah. What do you like?
Look
I
at
like
all that
video
incredible
games.
stuff.
What about
I love
outside of
video
video
games.
for you? What outside of video games? What else? Because that's like kind of the same realm.
I love video games. I love home decor. I love checking out local restaurants and breweries. And exploring. I'm really bad about staying within my little bubble when I'm at home. I do not like to go more than like 20 to 25 minutes from my house. And so I've been trying really hard to push myself to go a little further and start checking out like little local finds. So I love exploring. I love trails. Shopping, but I don't think that has to be said. Obviously love wine.
I love that. For me, I'd say I really, really, really enjoy traveling. Like
Yeah,
any
I love
opportunity I
travel.
get to travel anywhere.
Yes, and
I'm on it.
explore. Yes.
Yes.
I love traveling without a plan and an agenda.
Agreed.
Not me.
Like when we just like hop
I
into
just
a
want to
con,
go and explore and take in everything like a local. Like I don't want to hit all the tourist spots. I want to go find like all of the local loves.
Oh, I like that. It made me think of when we were at NYCC, all the places that we went to eat at.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we ate so much food. Tony has no idea. We went to this gluten-free bakery and we were like, can we get a box?
Yeah. We're just
We
gonna
got
have
like
that
Honey pastries.
taste test.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I like a lot of horror movies. That's kind of that, and I also play music a lot too.
Oh, that's dope.
A lot of different stuff. Yeah, I play guitar. I really enjoy drums.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I will do that. My dad plays drums as well, so I get to jam with him sometimes. But yeah, horror movies is my big thing. I'm like always on a hunt for a new horror movie. I feel like I'm always looking.
What's your favorite classic?
Classic?
Yeah, classic.
Like give me a year.
Pre 80s, pre 70s. You know, that like classic.
I consider like Alien, like sci-fi horror, so that would probably count. Halloween.
Halloween.
I grew up on those ones a lot. Yeah, watching those on repeat. So those ones are kind of movies for me. But I'm a big fan of like Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch, a lot of found footage stuff. I actually thought like if I ever was to do a side project that has nothing to do with comics, it would either be about candy, because I really like candy, but you can't eat candy because it's bad for you. But if you had a podcast about candy, there's a reason to have to eat candy. So there's that, but also horror movies and like reviewing specifically found footage movies because I really like them. And there's so many, and there's some atrocious ones, but it's like comics for me.
Cool.
There's a redeeming factor in horror movies. Like regardless of how bad it is, I'll find something to like.
Dude, Blair Witch scared the crap out of me. I was in like junior high, home alone. I thought it was real because it told me that at the beginning of the film that it was real. And I was like,
I still have never watched that movie through.
Me either.
You've never
watched? But I will say on Halloween, it does not matter how many times I watch that damn movie. Every single time Michael steps out from behind that bush, I jump. I know it's coming every single time, and I still gasp and jump. Killer Clowns from Outer Space was a scary movie.
Oh yeah, because I was little,
Yeah,
and
that
it was
was a
very
twisted
scary.
movie.
I've never even heard of that.
It's ridiculously how terrible that movie has to be. Like to rewatch
Child's
as an adult.
Play traumatized me. When I was when we watched that as a family, my sister, I have 2 younger sisters, and one of them had a doll that said peekaboo, I see you whenever it sensed motion. So my mom, when the movie was over, raced upstairs to put that doll under the bed.
Oh my gosh.
So that when I got in bed, the doll did the Chucky voice of peekaboo, I see you, right after watching Child's Play. Yeah, that's messed up, right? Tom
Yeah.
gets
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Tom is the only one that gets it.
I like how but that's a scary movie as a kid because it's a toy can relate to that.
Imagine getting in
Yeah.
bed and you hear the voice under the bed after you watch the movie.
No good. No good.
Yeah, that
Also
is no
good.
good.
There's also that's like a thing. I don't know. I don't have any kids, so I'm sure this is something that if in a multiverse reality where I had children, this wouldn't be something I enjoyed. But like when like you never see parents prank their kids. I think it's
Oh yeah,
funny.
Yes.
every
Well,
day in
it's
the
probably not
house.
good. Who knows? But like when kids get scared, it just like gives me life.
That shit is funny. No, that shit is funny.
So funny. It's just so
Yep.
funny.
It's so funny. And I'm a mom and I still think it's funny. I love startling my daughter sometimes.
you know?
I like to hide and jump out at her.
I scared Smalls once so bad. I was like sad and laughing at the same time. I told him I had to go put myself in a timeout, and I just I feel bad still, but it's funny.
Do you have Sammy Tony, do you have a relationship where you guys scare each other? Is that a thing?
Each other? No. Sam doesn't get scared. Can't jump scare her to save my life.
Can't.
But is it something that you
Have a new goal.
Yeah, is it a goal to like try to do that? Because like for me, I can't do that with my partner.
It's not
I
fun.
have a new goal.
I've tried it like
Scare Sam.
maybe 10 times, not a single time.
He'll try, and I'll
hide
be
in
like,
the shower and jump out in the shower or something on her.
no, probably
It won't
not.
work. I've probably
I'll
tried
like
that.
throat punch you.
Oh my gosh. Never ever scare Tony. He is like he's like on the battlefield immediately. Like as soon as you like scare him, it's like he's like zoned.
Oh my god, terrible.
the
That's
first
easy.
time
My
ever.
2022 goal is scare Sam.
The first time I ever
I love it.
scared Tony, I knew to jump back behind a wall. So I was waiting to like jump out the door and jump real fast back. And I'm so glad he did because I'm pretty sure he would have taken me out. What about you? What do you like outside of comics?
Oh, I like football and fantasy football. Those are my kind of like things I get to really delve into.
Yeah.
Because it's like nerd sport.
Tony had a really good football season. So not to brag about him, but his team, he was also playing and coaching, but his team won the championship, and the Bengals, who he's been waiting for 30 years to do anything, are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, flag football, no big deal.
All right. Sorry, Danielle. Sorry.
I'm still over here sulking over the Bills. So
If it makes you feel
You're
better,
both
at
fan,
least,
huh?
yeah. At least Cincy did to Kansas City what Kansas City did to Bills. That's what Mahomes gets.
I did play RB, AJ.
Yeah, Bills Mafia for lifetime, for life.
That's so funny. Like all my family, again, from Buffalo, like my whole family's like crazy about the Bills. Like I got to meet like Jim Kelly. I had like a jersey that I got.
Oh, that's really cool.
I don't know anything about football. I'm not a sports
Have you
guy.
ever been to a game?
Yeah, I've been to a
Have you
couple.
ever been tailgating though?
Not in my
Is it
adult year.
adult?
No.
It's
not really.
different. It's
Yeah, when
different.
you-
You don't even have to love
Frank
football
Vaughn.
to enjoy tailgating in Buffalo.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
tailgating sounds like it would be fun. All right, you ready for this
Buffalo
one?
has the best tailgaters in life. People bring their whole
Really?
kitchen to tailgate in Buffalo.
You're proud of Nova?
Get like gourmet meals.
That's hilarious. I don't know why. All right. Biggest concern when attending a con, Danielle. Starting with you.
Wait, what was the question?
Biggest concern when attending a Comic-Con.
Oh, that's easy. Getting robbed.
Yeah. On that, I would say stalkers and creepers for sure.
Stalkers and creepers don't bother me. I'll knock you out. But getting robbed or getting stolen from definitely is a concern of mine. Always.
I told Tony he needs to teach me how to fight because my muscle is a
I will
little
home-
small.
It's just one ligament all the way through.
Shut up.
I fight back. Just so we're on the same page, I fight back.
Funny.
Kenny, what about you?
Mine is
Yeah,
probably
Daywalker.
like
Oh,
physical safety.
Mm.
Like just making sure like nobody follows us back to the hotel or nobody's like, because obviously her and I don't stay together the entire time that we're there. So it's like, all right, like is everything okay over there? You know,
But you know
I'll
what?
be watching you, making sure you're okay. Like when I see you across the way, I'm like, everything's fine over there. She's not
I
about to
got
rip someone's throat out. You know?
I got
He
that. Right.
does.
You should be
He
more
does.
worried about other people than me.
Tony,
I just need to know if I need to run over there to help. You know,
I got your back.
Tony does strategically place himself. I do notice, but like I'll be like hunting. Danielle will be a few booths hunting, and Tony will be in the middle.
The
Like he'll
middle.
dig, and then he'll like look out. What about you,
Right.
Tom?
She's good. She's good. We're good. Yeah, Tom, what about you?
You know, I would have said the same thing prior to the whole like shutdown and pandemic, but getting sick, I get sick almost every con. It's just something
I
that
know, the crud.
I get con crud all the
Yeah.
time. I would go out of my way. I take emergency. I would wear a mask, do all these things. And I went to 2 conventions this year. I went to, last year, I went to Torpedo Con. I went to, well, I guess there was a couple others, but like there's bigger conventions, Torpedo
2
Con
big shows.
and Emerald City. I got sick after both of them. Both of those cons, I got sick. And it wasn't
I got
COVID. or
sick
anything
after
like that.
Chicago, actually. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. And I always like, it's like when I get sick, it's like, all right, it's gonna happen while I'm at the con because that just ruins everything. Makes it really tough. And now before, if I got sniffles, I'm starting to feel rough. All right, like I'm just bundling up. I'm dealing with it. I'm going hunting. I'm just like, but now that doesn't even feel right to do. Like you can't be sick
No,
at
yeah.
all.
Oh
You gotta be
yeah, no.
healthy,
Oh,
But
no, you got to go.
yeah, but before it's like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I got to get to the show and I don't feel very good, but I'm going to fight through it, But like this, I'm talking years ago. Like now is different. Now you can't mess
Yeah.
around. But
Somebody
but yeah.
said COVID actually in the comments.
Mhm.
yeah, there you go. Like not even, this thing is, I got my booster. I'm like, give me more. There's 7 more shots on the freaking cake. I don't care. Put it in my eye. I don't care. I'm going to get it.
I'm waiting for my spidey senses.
For real.
Oh my gosh.
This is how this happens. Do you not want superpowers? So
We have to be
Yes.
okay. The
I
CDC
do.
is gonna take this down.
dangerous.
Huh?
dangerous
The CDC is gonna take this video down.
No, we're
They're
like,
wishing for superpowers, these crazy people.
but they're not even getting sick in general. Just like catching something.
I agree. It's the worst.
Oh my
Comfort is
goodness.
real. Like it's a thing.
That is
Yeah.
a real thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It is. The con crud.
All right. Next up, most iconic horror cover in your opinion.
Ooh, Tom, you're the horror guy.
You go first, Tom.
Yeah.
Probably the Black Cat.
Show him if you got him.
Black Cat, right? When do you say that? That's like as horrific as it gets in the golden age. Look at what this person made of me. Like this came into the show. This is an homage
Oh,
to
I was here for that. I was there for that.
Okay, Tom, put your glasses on because look what I pulled for mine.
Yeah, put your real glasses on, Tom, so you can see it.
That's also my favorite.
Hey, see, that's where my head went too. Like literally with it's, you know what it is? It's the uranium.
Yeah.
You don't really see enough uranium in the comic industry anymore.
Yeah.
This last time
Is
you
that
had,
your favorite
You
too,
don't.
Danielle?
They need more.
they need more uranium.
They need more melting faces.
Yeah, just like
So-
Radathor?
Yeah, so I was packing comics. Sam was grading comics, so we're out there next to each other. And I listened to this guy on YouTube called Mr. Ballin. You guys ever heard of him, Mr. Ballin?
Mm-mm.
No.
All he does is tell like creepy and scary stories, half of which are going to be true, like actual stories, and some are just like creepy, scary ones.
Yeah.
And he goes through this one of like the 1930s. It's a true story, and you can look it up, called
Radathor.
It's Radathor, right?
Yeah.
And this rich guy starts taking this medicine because he got like hurt in the shoulder after he fell down, and the doctor prescribed this just radioactive water to
Well, it's
him.
radium mixed with water.
Yeah, so
That's
this
it.
like radioactive
Oh.
water, and so he starts drinking it, and it makes him feel like exceptionally good. So then he buys a whole bunch of it, and you're supposed to take like, I don't remember, like 1 teaspoon of it for your serving, and he was only supposed to have like a bottle of it, like total. He ends up, by the time this thing happens to him, he's taking 3 bottles a day, like shooting them basically, of radioactive substance. And
So now he's like
eventually
a
his
radioactive
jaw
substance.
muscles disintegrated and his jaw falls off.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh my God, this is exactly like Black Cat,
Yep.
the comic
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
And so I
Really?
think because that book came out after Ratathor was a thing and everybody knew about it, you can look up Ratathor jaw
Yeah.
as pictures and you can
horrible.
see it looks just like that.
I'm gonna have to look that up after.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's insane.
What is it?
Ratathor.
Sorry to the comic fans.
RATTAT.
Whoa.
No, RAD, like radiation.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The man who drank
It
radioactive.
didn't happen to. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was-
everyone was
I guess it
taking
was a whole
it.
bunch.
Yeah. Back in the
And their
30s.
jaws just started
Oh
melting.
wow, there's
off.
a lot of pictures of people who are missing the bottom parts of their face. Comic fam, hit that subscribe button. Slap the like button.
You can only get this content here.
Yeah, no kidding. Conclusive
Tony.
slap the like button.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea you made that. So funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, for me, it's Chamber of Chills 19 with the girl. Like
Oh,
this.
yeah. She's
That one's
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a dope cover also.
for sure. I will own that one day. One day.
I wanted the art when it came up.
As
But I
long as I
didn't
get to
get
hold
it.
it.
Spoiler alert, I didn't get to get it.
Show everybody. Let's see.
That
Yeah.
cover be expensive now.
So good.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Check out
Yeah.
Tony's notifications.
Check out my notifications.
All right. Next one. Ooh. Who is your fave Marvel character from each era of comics?
Each era?
Yeah. I mean,
That's a hard one.
that is a hard one.
All right, let's start with
Yeah.
Golden Age. Circle. Everybody, let's all do Golden
All right.
Age.
All right. That was a tough one. I guess I'll start. I haven't started myself. Captain America,
Yeah.
number
Same.
1.
Same.
Easy. We did one already.
All right.
Yeah.
Silver Age.
Silver Age, Silver Surfer. Bronze
Tony.
Age, Storm.
Wait, we have to do Silver Age first. You're skipping
Oh,
the
like in a
first.
circle?
Oh,
I see, I
shoot.
see, I see.
Gotcha. Sorry, my bad. Golden Age is Captain America. My bad.
Yeah,
I went with him.
that is we all agree. Captain
Yep.
America rules Golden Age.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, Silver Age.
Silver Age, Silver Surfer.
Okay, Tony.
Silver Age, Batman.
Okay.
Well, it's Marvel. Wasn't
It
it?
has to be Marvel?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, shite.
Marvel, yo.
All right, skip me.
All right, Tom.
Skip.
He said I am messing with
I'm
Marvel.
surprised.
It's not Spider-Man. That's for sure. I'll say Thor. I'll go Thor.
You're on Thor. It's like, let's go with like Ant-Man. Like Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's cool.
Why
I think
Ant-Man?
it's very dope.
Yeah, why did you choose Ant-Man?
Just think that he's fun. It's cool character design.
Yeah,
You know, there's more than one.
Yeah.
To be excited about.
I respect it. Thor.
One of
If
the
I
Avengers.
had to pick a second one, I think I would actually go. Probably this will be surprising. Not Daredevil. It's not Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Submariner.
That was okay.
That wax chest,
That
huh?
wax chest. Going after that wax chest.
You're
Whew.
saying changing your Golden Age favorite?
My Golden Age favorite is Cap.
Cap, yeah.
But he debuts in the silver or in the
He
Submariner
debuts.
debuts in the
Well,
gold.
yeah, but then he came back, right? Like Captain America debuted in the Golden Age, but
Oh,
then he
I
came
could-
back.
But
I picked Thor first. He debuted in the Silver Age. I
Oh,
was
that's
thinking
sure.
honorary.
That honorary works.
Word.
I'll accept it.
Thank you.
Depends
Bronze
on
Age.
which one you do, though.
Bronze Age, Storm. For sure.
I knew you would choose Storm.
I don't care about the Bronze Age.
Whoa, really?
He doesn't.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
just
not
cool.
really.
I might come in trouble.
This
even
is true.
thinking that.
I'm just not a fan of the artwork of that
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, I feel that.
What?
But the 70s, the early 70s in Bronze Age is incredible, though.
It's like, really? The artwork in the Bronze Age?
Interesting.
That's like Tomb, man. That's like Neil Adams.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Don't gatekeep.
I'm
Tom.
sorry, gatekeeper.
Oh man, Tony, I gotta bring you some comics, man.
I'm gonna choose Wolverine.
Oh, yeah,
Who are you
Oh.
choosing, Tom?
yeah.
The Bronze Age.
Yeah.
I think I
Dracula.
really like Luke Cage. I always like-
Okay.
yeah.
Luke Cage is cool.
Yeah. It's just always exciting. Whenever I find Luke Cage covers from the Bronze Age, I'm like, hell yeah.
Dazzler. Well, isn't Dazzler, is that technically Bronze Age or is that like kind of
It's
teetering on
bronze.
copper?
I think that's bronze, isn't it?
I thought Dazzler came out in 1980.
Okay, I might choose Dazzler.
That
All right.
was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then for those who believe in the Copper Age, go ahead.
What
Do
counts
you
as
believe in the
copper?
Copper Age?
I would say I like the Punisher
Right.
stories from the Copper Age.
Mm.
Dr. Manhattan. Well, wrong run. My bad. I just pulled a Tony.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. What is like Copper Marvel? I don't really ever think about Marvel in the Copper Age. What are some like characters that debuted at Marvel that happened in the Copper Age?
Hit us with the A.
I can't remember if Copper Age is before or after Black Suit Spider-Man, but Black Suit Spider-Man is like the beginning of Copper Age.
Copper Age Marvel hero.
Oh wait, no, is Copper Age after that?
Yeah, I think it's
No, because then it becomes
I go
modern.
Bronze Modern.
Yeah, no. So 80, I think 84 to 91 is Copper.
Los S said
Silver
Silver
Sable, Venom. I guess I would choose Venom.
Yeah, probably. I always like Carnage more than Venom.
Yeah.
I don't really
Eric
count
Larson
the Copper
Venom.
Age. It's like an era. Like I feel like that was like a made up extra era thrown in between bronze and modern.
to break it up because
Yeah,
modern
because it
is
was like
so
too long.
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah,
Modern
it was
is
too
too
long,
I
so
agree with that.
people like
I
made
think they're
up
going
an
to do it
extra-
again. The current market is so much different from the 90s.
and call it what? Modern, new modern.
No, I think you'll always have modern. Whatever the current stuff is modern, and then you name something else. So like the 90s will just be like, I don't know, foil friendly.
Diamonds.
You know?
You can't
Oh
call
my
them
gosh.
all foils.
What about
Wow, yeah.
modern?
Modern Spider-Man all
Yeah.
day.
I would say Miles Morales for sure. And
Yeah.
Echo.
I was going to say Peter.
I like Echo a lot.
Mm.
What about you? Nerdy girl.
I like Spider Gwen. You know what? Does Jubilee
Spider-Man's cool.
count? Does Jubilee count as a copper?
I think she may. That sounds
I'll
right.
I'll
Yeah,
choose
I think
Jubilee
so.
as a copper.
Jubilee's
Mhm.
class.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
I'll
like
choose Jubilee.
Yeah.
Modern right?
Yeah.
X-23 is a good choice also.
X-23 is dope, yeah.
I would say I don't know if Gambit is a copper. What year
So
did
the way
Gambit come out?
the way I'm looking at this is obviously Spider-Man is in silver all the way through, right? But I don't like Spider-Man in the Bronze Age. I like Spider-Man in the Modern Age. So I would take
Gotcha.
that. Yeah. So even if Jubilee was Silver Age, like if you like the Bronze Age or the Copper Age stuff, like that's what you like.
Word. What about you for modern?
All right.
Oh, you said
I
Spider-Man.
said Spider-Man.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, probably Miles.
Miles?
Yeah, probably
Oh,
Miles.
Miles. I'm surprised you didn't say
Or
your
Echo.
boy.
Marvel. Who's my boy at Marvel?
Yojimbo.
Jimbo? He's not Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
duh.
just pulled a Tony.
There was a
I
caveat.
did. I just told the Tony.
He had a caveat with the Marvel.
Yeah.
I know.
Ooh,
That was
Moon Knight.
a
Ooh,
twist.
Moon Knight is a good bronze choice. I like
Yeah.
that bronze choice
Yeah.
from
Ooh, Moon Knight.
Storage Bag. That's a good choice. Yeah,
Absolutely. All
that's
right.
Did we get
awesome.
I think we did it all.
Next up, there's only 3 questions left. Dang, that went fast. All right. Opinion on digital comics and their future compared to hard copy books. Tom, I'm
There's
starting
going to be more independent books that come out over time, probably less, more moderate of the big publishing companies, and digital will continue to thrive on for readers. And it's an amazing tool. And if you don't read digitally, you just haven't read enough digital.
I agree with that, especially with I actually Los S said, I'm glad he mentioned Tosin. That book has gone insane. It literally just came out, but that's the reason I'm glad that there's digital options, because for someone, I don't know if it's out on digital, but I'm just using an example.
What's Tosin? Wait, what's Tosin?
Black Panther 3.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
When books go nuts and you can't actually, it doesn't make sense to buy them to read, digital is like a great tool. And Tosin's Black Panther 3, it's like freaking ridiculous.
$650. It's the highest selling incentive variant that I've covered since the start of the show.
Yeah. I get asked about that a lot.
10 days ago.
And I'm like, well, I never want to tell someone that it's a bad investment, but when I get asked, I'm like, well, if I had $650 and I could buy Black Panther 3, I'd buy an Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's because I'm an 80s baby. Well, I don't even think that's true, because there's a lot of 80s baby diving into like crypto and digital world. I just can't get into it. I still want to hold my stuff, and I can't do the digital thing.
I would say I'm right on board with you. I would say I don't like it. I don't want it. However, I do think it has a really good future. I think with the age group that's coming up now, they don't have access to everything. You know what I mean?
Do you
So
think
like they're
paper
going to want
comics become obsolete eventually?
No, I think it'll be. I think they'll both be there. I just think with the invention of NFTs, outside of like environmental issues, like if that continues to be a thing that Marvel explores with and other people explore with, and that's a way they can distribute it and keep it also collectible and cool and limited. I would say that it's got a market. It's got a place.
Your camera's on the table. No, I like that too. Because I actually don't read digital, but I'm glad it's there. All right. If I can open it, we've got another.
Cheaper to read digitally. If you really want to like dive into comics, you get to a point where it's just like you're just having to buy so much that the savings alone, you'll be able to read twice.
Well, that side is true. I agree. Especially with like storylines, when you have to buy like 25 issues every week just to read one storyline. Like that is insane. Yeah.
One event is like $200, $300.
Right.
That has annoyed me so after Civil War, and Civil War was so great, and they did all those tie-ins, and I was fine with it. Like that one storyline was really cool. But then after that, every like quarter, there's a new event, and you have to like really kind of. I didn't like it. I didn't like it felt like kind of a money grab for me, and I didn't like it.
For sure.
I don't do the events either.
But that's the thing, if you don't try it though.
I did try it.
No, I mean digitally. Like
no.
If you take away the cost, which is the main complaint, and you get access to everything, and you are up on the event, and you can have that same experience, it's different than getting 70% of the books and experiencing it 70% and then not liking it as much. Like, so there is like a aspect of you have a whole project and you consume the whole project, and then you can assess and then you go, was that worth it? When it's half the cost because it's digital and you can read it anytime, there's something special about it. And then at that point, you won't feel the same way, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. Anyway, everyone's different, but I don't feel the same way like about events as I used to. Before I would complain because I couldn't get it all and I miss it. But now that I don't miss it and I can experience it all, I'm like, oh hell yeah, give me another event. I want to read offshoots here. Like, heck, Women of Marvel Daredevil 2 just came out, and I read issue 1 the other day. Damn, that's a good like it's part of the Devil's Reign run with Chip Zdarsky, but you have Elektra Daredevil, and it's a whole like origin deep dive and her wanting to kill Kingpin but can't because she loves Matt. It's so good. It's a offshoot. I wouldn't have read it otherwise if it wasn't for the event. Strongly recommend.
That's a good point. That's cool. All right. Oh, this is a fun one. How did y'all become friends? That is so sweet.
Wait, do you want to go first, Sam?
Me? All right. Well,
Sam gets to kind of share like kind of our origins.
I do. So I'll start with Danielle. When I first got into doing the comic thing, to like making friends and stuff like that on Instagram, I quickly learned that there was no chicks, at least that I knew of. So I Googled. I don't remember exactly what I searched, but I searched females comic collectors, and then Google pops up Danielle,
How does
and
that feel, Danielle?
she's sitting around or sitting in the middle of the entire Action 1 run. And I'm like, okay, this is like the most legit collector I've ever seen. And she's a chick. I'm finding her on Instagram, which was pretty easy to find because she had like a zillion followers and she was like the only one. I found you pretty fast and I messaged her.
And you were doing cool like live AMA stuff, basically.
Yeah.
I remember that.
At like the beginning of like the whole pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
I leaned heavily into Instagram. I actually miss doing so much of that. Like that was my favorite thing at the beginning, was getting to really engage with people, because you got to like have that community feel. That's why I love shows. I get to talk to people.
Yeah, that was so awesome. So yeah.
So she slid into my DM.
I did. I slid into her DM and then we became friends from there. We met for the first time, which was funny. Like the night that we finally met, we were both like, oh my gosh, what a relief that we like each other. Because how awkward
I literally said to Sam, I was like, so I'm really glad we get along, because if we didn't, I was going to go home.
Oh, man.
It was so fun. And then for Tom, I first found out about him on Instagram. I don't even remember what it was. It was so long ago. Someone had said something sideways, and I'm like, who is this Tom guy? I've never heard of this Tom guy. And so I started looking into Tom, and like I was like, oh, he has a YouTube channel. Oh, I'm gonna subscribe to this mystery box. And then I like really like enjoyed his content. Then we all met at Torpedo, went out, had a blast, and from there we've all been like super good friends.
Yeah, for me with Tom, I actually was watching your videos when you first started, because I'm a researchaholic when I get into something new. And I had been selling on like eBay and things like that, but then Sam was like, let's do this like for real and let's get into this. And so this was back in Korea and maybe a little bit before that. And so I had, obviously look stuff up on YouTube, because YouTube is my go-to research place. And yeah, I found you, and I had learned so much from you. I don't even think you realize how much of a like comic knowledge protege I am of yours from your initial videos that you did.
I love that.
Oh,
That's awesome. I love that.
amazing. I did not know that you watched a show before I met you. That's really cool, man.
Oh, long time ago.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Makes me feel like I'm doing something right. That's dope.
Well, I definitely feel like you're doing something right. You got some kind of secret sauce.
It's just comics, It's easy. Just chatting about comic books. It's a lot of fun. I met you guys at TorpedoCon, and I think the reason why that happened was largely because of Whatnot, which is really cool. Because I don't have a sponsor on the show. It's actually 4 years tomorrow, by the way, that I've been on YouTube. And
that's awesome.
up until recently, I was put in a position to consider an offer to work with Whatnot, but I had kind of delayed it because my gut response was to say no to everything, because I've been saying no my whole career. I'll sell comics. I'm a comic dealer at heart, so that's what I'm going to do, and I don't have to be paid to do anything else. But I was interested in Whatnot because I was being told that this is like game-changing, best thing since eBay type of thing, which is what I believe now, and was true then. But it was you, Sammy, and Tony that were like, yo, we're doing this thing on Whatnot, and we had like a introduction, but it wasn't like I didn't really know you're considering as friends yet. But it's like, all right, you guys are going to TorpedoCon, and you're the first people that I can actually meet that's, that knows Whatnot beyond what I know. So you kind of represented them in a degree. So when I met you guys, that kind of solidified like, well, if Whatnot's working with Sammy and Tony, this is good people. Whatnot's good people. I'm in. This is everything that I was hoping it would be. So Whatnot brought us together. And then Danielle, I've known you for a long time, and if like seen you, and we would say hi because we follow each other on Instagram. But
Yeah.
like over the last couple of years, our circles kind of just combined.
It got like a little smaller and smaller and smaller.
I was like, we can't avoid each other. Here's my phone number. This time I'm like, yo, I need Danielle's number. It's like I didn't even feel like I had to ask. I'm just like, yeah, we're friends. Like, I don't know.
Right. Like we've been crossing paths for like probably a good at least decade.
Yeah, whenever I would go to cons, it's like, oh, Steve is here. Oh, Steve from Torpedo, and Matt Nelson's here. Oh, and Danielle's here as well. Awesome. Just like the group, Shout out Rob. All the kids,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got a great community. A lot of good people.
Hell yeah.
What about you, girl? It's like everyone's perspective.
I mean, I feel like we shared all of our stories.
Yeah.
Like Sam's like one of my besties now, which we started out as like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, good. How are you? For me, I was like, it is so refreshing to have another girl to hang out with at shows that's wanting to buy comic books, right? Because there's like wives that I'm friends with and we go out and we hang out, but they're not collecting actively, like outside of like a couple of books and like key issues. So it was really exciting for me to be like, I have a girl I get to go hang out at cons with and like get to go hunt the show floor with. This is awesome.
I know it's been a blast, girl.
Like I don't think people realize how different it is to be like the girl at the guys table, right? Because like I've always just been a dealer. I don't know if people always realize because of my Instagram is only a few years old, but I've been at shows for almost 20 years. So yeah. So for me, it's like, oh, and then yeah, with Tom, we've been crossing paths and we say, hey, how are you? What's going on? Enjoy the show. And finally we're like, okay, we're doing too much of the same things now. And we have too many of the same friends that like we need to like start talking and being friends. It is what it is. We're friends.
Comic fam. How it goes.
Yeah. Oh, DB.
DB.
That's a good one.
Oh, goodness.
Go ahead.
We met at a bar. And that's it.
It was my
No,
going
don't
away.
say that's it because you know what? Sam is the bomb.com because they met at a bar. Tony ended up getting deployed. She was like, I want to find a way to keep my man interested and excited, dove into comic books, did all of the research in the world. Her wealth of comic books is like her knowledge is on another level. If you ever sit down and talk to her, she knows so much on backstories, on connecting with artists, like on a deeper level. She really dove into all of the characters so that when her and Tony would talk, she could be like, oh yeah, do you know da 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 blah 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 blah. And now
She still asks me, she's like, she'll say something, she'd be like, are you impressed?
And now she's like, no, I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised you know these things anymore.
Love it.
I feel that, Sam. I feel that.
Sam, did you buy me a drink?
No.
Did I buy you a drink?
No,
We didn't buy each other drinks.
we didn't.
That's awesome.
That's so funny. All right. This is the last question. Oh my gosh.
Last question.
All right. What's your updated con season itinerary?
I don't know. The only shows I know are there's a show in Miami I'll be at the end of this month. It's the Miami Con on Instagram. It's a one-day show. And I know that I plan to go to Collectors Summit, right? Did I say it right? Collectors Summit that Jeff is hosting in.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
He's hosting Collectors Summit. I plan to go there. And I know Sam and Tony and I, hopefully Tony, plan to be at the Little Giant show in April. Outside of that, I don't know your guys' schedule. I don't even know my own schedule.
We're doing the Little Giant show. And then, I mean, really depending on COVID, really.
Yeah. Same.
Everything as much as we possibly can, especially the Read Pop cons like Emerald, C2E2, NYCC. Those are ones we definitely want to do.
We should be in Seattle very soon.
Yes. We'll be in Seattle next month.
Correct.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I meant to ask you, Danielle, if you wanted to, the Bengals play both Tampa Bay and the Bills next year. I don't know if you know this. If you want to, I don't know. It's up to what Sam wants to do. We could either go down to Tampa Bay and we could watch Tampa Bay, or we would have to go up to Cincinnati to watch the Bills and Cincinnati play.
I would never go watch Tampa Bay play as a Tampa Bay fan.
I knew immediately she would be disgusted.
You and that sports ball.
I don't even know why you would. Guys, any football fan would find that just because it's in Tampa. Really, they are not my team. We'll go to Cincy. Hopefully it won't be cold.
Right?
Hopefully it'll be early in the season.
I saw in their stadium they have a tailgating package that you can get with your ticket.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know what it means, but I've never been tailgating, so it sounds fun.
That's amazing. I'm in. We can Uber.
All right. Tom with the glasses. He's in. He just doesn't
Tom, you
know
coming?
yet.
Tom, you going to come to a football game?
Big no. It's a big no.
You didn't even think about it.
Yeah, it's not appealing to me. I would love to hang out with you. Anything else.
We can go watch a horror movie after.
Yeah.
Or I can do something else. It sounds like so not fun to me to watch anything sports or anything like that.
That's awesome. I only get down on football.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. But I appreciate it.
All right, Tom, what's your schedule? Do you Thank you.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Bless your heart.
I have no clue. I hope to go to as many cons and see as many members of the community.
Same.
All you guys as much as possible. But TBD.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
TBD.
Thank you. So many good questions from the community. I love it.
I know. This was fun.
I do it again sometime.
Guys, thank you for sharing your questions with us, and thanks for hanging with us tonight.
This was so much fun.
Also, thank you guys so much for joining us and being super respectful in the chat. I know there was a couple of issues before, and there was no issues today, so thank you guys for that.
That we know of. She Geek was working the chat.
Oh,
like
really?
A boss. Yeah, she's moderator.
Yeah, but I feel like I would have seen something.
Maybe. But anyways, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So much fun. Tom, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you. I love you all, and it's always a pleasure. I'm excited to come back and we can have more fun shenanigans on the mic.
Make sure, we have to do this again because these are so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're following all of us on Whatnot. If you're here live with us tonight, Sam and I, starting at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Yes.
I'm losing my mind. Are streaming for 6.5 hours until 4 o'clock. We're bouncing back and forth, channel to channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're dropping giveaways every hour.
That's awesome.
Dropping Spawn 9s into all my sales. She-Hulk 1, like Sam's got so much Silver Age goodness going. So make sure you save both of our sales so that you get all of the notifications. Like when I tell you we are stacking foils, Silver Age, X-Men 4, She-Hulk 1, Spawn 9s. What else do we have? Like
I got a lot of Silver Age keys going up.
So many Silver Age keys. So you have to tune in. You have to follow both of us to get in the giveaways.
If you don't have Whatnot, if you click the invite link, I'm sure that's going to be in the description. You get $10 and you support the channel that you are getting the invite from, whether it's Danielle or Sammy and Tony or myself. We get $10 too, but you get $10 to put towards a comic. So like just at the very least, go get yourself a free comic book.
Yeah, no kidding.
Around $10.
Oh, you have that same cup.
Yes, you can find us all. Yeah, I got it for her.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I got Tom the black one.
It's in my washing machine.
All right.
Just in the spinner.
Put it in my clothes. It's like it makes a racket.
That's awesome.
Oh, I bet.
Thump, thump, thump.
Oh my gosh. All right. So make sure you're following us all on Instagram, whatnot. Where else can we find you guys?
YouTube. Yeah, whatnot, YouTube, IG. That's it for me.
Same here.
Yes. And Danielle and I are going to be here every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are committed.
I like it.
We're doing it. All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Tom,
Appreciate it.
thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate you. Tony, glad you could make it.
Yes, I was going to say.
That's daytime.
Ciao, guys.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for hanging.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.